that. Boom. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull with my body, pull my arm, Uraken. Gambarai, Uraken. And I would do Uraken with your whole body, so don't make like that kind of Uraken. Use your whole body. I got to get it going in the right direction first, right? So I'm going to pull it, and then I got to get it going back that way, so I got to whip it, and then I got to get the energy to collect, so I'm going to snap it. So just think how you crack a bullwhip, right? So when I'm going to pull, wah-boom, pull, wah-boom. So I think your technique is not your arm, it's your wah-boom. Your technique is the wah-boom. Every technique is not, this is your message. Whatever the movement is, this is the thing that's happening. This is just attached. It's drawing little angles, deflecting energy. Different. Instead of just standing here, it's like, now it's like connect, 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 connect. Whatever the command is, connect. But you feel that same intimate resonance, let's call it, inside your shape. Like that leg is holding that tight, and then this is kind of compressing in, and then everything's shoring up my butt, pressing down on my diaphragm, connect, connect. So that's what's happening at the end of my punch, like that feeling. This side, the hikite side, is also squeezing in. So I think this is kind of the virtue of your hikite. So people always talk, well, what is the application of pulling somebody in? I would say that when I'm punching with this side here, that this is very distinct feeling, like I'm pulling my shoulder tight to my core, using my lat and my pecs, and I'm getting that little swoop forward, like without my arm disconnecting. So that's a very unique feeling, that this arm is sort of trying to attach this side of my body to my center. So I'm trying to get that feeling. Then the other side of my body, that's what the hikite does for me. It engages this side too. Nice. So I think like I have a little lemon back here, and I'm going to squeeze lemonade. Boom. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. So this sort of thing that's happening in this side is connecting that half of my body with the technique. So it all kind of forms that, like it's going through a really narrow corridor feeling. So it's not like that. It's like that. You see it? So when you step, you want to be able to kind of hit that. You want to be like for a second, and then it's gone. It's like a hikite. Instead of hikite just coming back to my hip, the hikite going to take the long way home back to my hip. And in the long way home, we make something happen. Okay? So in the beginning, the way you do it is you feel that, like I would train it this way. I would go punch, uraken, punch. Punch, uraken, punch. But later, punch, punch. So boom, this is just an inflection point now. And I don't have to do this anymore. You know, 1, 2, 3, but later, 1, it's all riding off the same mechanism. You follow that? So try right where you're at, make your chokuzuki. Now make uraken, now feel that. Take it, be deliberate, you're rotating on this axis, so this is coming in and I'm opening my chest, and then I'm going, and releasing my punch. So chokuzuki, then this is like drive, this lever is driving my movement in, and I get a little bit of this kind of ta-da feeling, ta-da, and then I release. So now punch, now find that without hesitating. All driven off your core movement to hold those positions. Like if I'm making like a gyakutsuki or something, you know, you're you make your punch. And you hold that position to afford the ability to really feel that connection, like that. But later, you're not gonna have your punch held out in space like that, right? You're gonna just hit a point, and just for a second, feel that thing that you felt intimately by holding it. You'll recognize that feeling, that connecting feeling, and you'll just hit it and let it go. So your karate will definitely change in the way it looks. In the beginning, yeah, you're going to be holding these positions, but later, it's just movement. It's just a quality of movement. So what I would get away from a little bit might be, and this is going to be a little bit theoretical, because we see it so much, is because I don't think you have to do that anymore. I think it's what once was that kind of kime is now an inflection point. It's that. You see what I'm saying? I don't have to stop and start everything. I just feel the continuity of motion. And that goes back to what we were saying. That at some point, it's just the quality of movement that is what you're after, not the ending structure of the picture that you're after. Okay? So what I would do is start leaning in that way. And if you feel a little not super confident, just slow it down. But see if you can start to move kind of in a continuous fashion so that you're never stalling out. Okay? Yeah, try one more time and put your movement as a priority with inflection points. Okay? Make agyo-ke. Right. So when you make your agyo-ke, typically when you pull your arm down, you want to pull it. So here, when I push it, put it back on your knees. When I push my block up, I'm driving my elbow, my hip behind my elbow. So I'm kind of pushing. So don't do your rising block from your shoulder, but kind of push it from below. So actually, when I'm pushing my arm up, I'm pushing my body down. So it's not like that. It's like connect. So I'm doing from here. I'm pushing from here. Now when I retract my arm, then a cable from here to here that pulls my elbow first. So be careful you don't drop your arm like that. Try elbow, because if you realize, like if you put somebody's arm like this and you say come down like that, usually you can resist. But if you tell them to bring their elbow in, now you're activating your pecs and your lats. Really hard to resist. That's a very strong motion because it's nice and tight to the core, biomechanically correct. Also, if you think about it, if I'm being punched, I'm being punched. But here, blocking already. So, boom. So the first thing is I'm pulling from my elbow down, first feeling. So my retraction is that way. Now do this. So now back to our theme. We're going to insert a technique in there. So when I pull my hip back and that pulls my elbow, I'm going to let my arm just drop out. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm basically hitting with. So I'm going to let my arm flop out. And I'm going to this is like relaxed heaviness. The ease of my movement. Like make your hand really rigid. Now draw your knife hand block. Now try to make a fast knife hand block. It feels clunky, doesn't it? I think what you want is you want your hands open and relaxed. And that the movement that you assume, the hand position you assume, only happens right wherever you're making contact, or in this case, without a partner, at the very end of the movement, like dunk, right there like that. So most of the time my hand is just open. It's not in shito. Open, shito. So that's the feeling. So I'm just super loose, and then for just a second, and I'm going to use that motion. But I'm not stiff trying to do that. So that idea then, that little tuk is this thing we're talking about. Like when I feel my technique connect, that whole body inflection is exactly this inflection I'm talking about there. So later, you don't want to be like there all the time. You just want boom and it's gone. So it's like, and it's gone, and it's gone, and it's gone. But if I don't train correctly, then I'm going to have a punch that has no connection because I haven't really intimately felt how do all those things fire and support each other. Do you get that? So what you end up is just a lot of quality movement with inflecting points. here, and I make the strike, my hand is loose. And then as I hit, boom, right there. As I hit that sweet spot of that acceleration, where I'm dropping my heaviness, right there, boom, that's where I'm inflecting. Right there, boom, that's what I'm inflecting. Boom, that's what I'm inflecting. That's what I'm inflecting. You see? But 90% of the time, my body is pretty supple because that allows the most freedom of movement and fastest movement.